Well, the workshop is bustling and the cocoa is warm, which means it's the perfect time for another kitchen treat. Our friend Chef Robert Irvine is back with another special recipe. I can't wait to see what he's cooked up for us. Let's take a look.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Claus. I am so happy to cook for everyone at North Pole and everybody tuning in from the Navy Exchange. Robert Irvine here. I'm going to show you a very unusual but really creative way to make a steak dinner simple, fast, and easy with some tricks in there that you are going to love. So, everybody loves steak, but normally you put it on the grill, you put it in a pan, you put it in the oven, you do all these things. I'm going to show you a simple way. Steak, really simple. Take it out an hour before we're going to cook it. Why? Because we want it to be room temperature. I'm going to start with salt and pepper. Pat it down, turn it over. Salt, pepper. That wasn't tough, was it? Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this steak and put it right into a 270-degree oven. This is called a reverse sear. So I'm actually cooking it very slowly in the oven, which I'm about to do right now. Into the oven it goes. It sat in the oven, cooking for 275 degrees, and this is what I have. So the reverse sear is really simple. Remember, we put the raw steak in the oven. I've removed the steak I've already cooked at 275 degrees. And what we're actually doing is the protein, meaning in this case, the meat, is being cooked to high temperature, 275, and it squeezes the liquid from the steak. Now, when I come out of the oven, which I've just done here, and I release my fingers, it allows the blood in my fingers to come out, but also the juice to go back into the steak. That's why we call it resting. We're going to let the food do its thing. While that's resting, I'm going to show you how to make the horseradish sauce. So, I've got sour cream, a little bit of mayonnaise. That gives a little yumminess and saltiness. Some Dijon mustard, horseradish, some chives, and we just mix that up together. Notice I'm not putting any salt or pepper into it. I'm just mixing the horseradish, the sour cream, a little bit of mayonnaise, and that's how simple the horseradish sauce is. Into a bowl. Now this is going to give you the tanginess, a little sweetness from the mayonnaise, but goes really well with the steak. I'm going to leave that over there. Now, remember I told you about the reverse sear. I've rested the meat. I turn on the heat to get the pan hot. Now these are still cooking. Just because they're sitting out, it doesn't go cold. They're still cooking. We've left it there to about 115 degrees. Now, if you have a thermometer like chefs use, or you can touch it and you can see the movement still in the steak. That's about 115 degrees as it comes out the oven. Not getting cold because I'm going to reheat it. Now, this is what we call the reverse sear. And this is something I find fascinating. I'm going to take a touch of grapeseed oil because I'm going to add butter to the pan. And if I put butter straight into a hot pan, it will burn and give you a very bitter taste. So we put oil in, we then put some butter and just let it do its thing, melt. I'm then going to take 2 whole cloves of garlic and just drop them in there. Rosemary, take the back of a knife and just break the bark. That's going to give us some flavor. Now look what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up my steaks I'm going to put them in the pan. And you can hear that sear, right? Remember, the flavor is already in the steak. It's been seared in the oven. I'm now giving it the extra special love with the rosemary in the middle there and the garlic. Now, while that's doing this little thing, over in the oven, I have roasted potatoes. Little roasted fingerling potatoes. Turn my heat on and put these warm potatoes in the pan. Oh yeah. A little bit of butter, just to glaze, and leave them doing the thing. Now look, this is the sexy piece of cooking. Look at the beautiful butter. And all I'm going to do is baste the garlic butter all over the steaks. That's garlic, the rosemary, the fat is starting to come out. The smell is absolutely tremendous. But look how sexy that golden brown is. I mean, if you want a steak, this is the sexy steak. Remove this out the way. I want food to be fun for you. I want it to be simple. These recipes are very simple and very fast. But I got to tell you, when you want a great tasting steak, you use simple ingredients, cooked the simplest way, and it's delicious. So look, I'm now going to turn the pan off. The heat is off. Remember, I've cooked the steak already in the oven. I've reverse seared it in the pan, which means I just put a crust on it. Now I'm going to turn it off and just let it sit for a second in that beautiful juices. Move it there. And I'm going to baste the steaks. And if you're like me, meat and potatoes, that's how I grew up. That's what I love. And when you go to a restaurant, you pay a lot of money for this kind of stuff. When it's so easy, you can do it at home. Okay, potatoes are hot. Got a little bit of butter on them. Steak's off. I'm going to remove my salt and pepper there because I'm going to start to plate. Now, again, I come from a big family, so for me, family style is the way to go. Put it on the plate, slice one of them down, and as you need more, you slice the other steaks. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one steak. I mean, just look at this steak. I mean, that is the perfect golden brown. And that means the sugar is actually coming out of the steak itself, which gives you that sweet tenderness. Now look, I'm going to let that sit for one more second. Then I'm going to take some potatoes. Add the potatoes to my steak. Roasted little fingerling potatoes. Now here's the magic. Watch this. I'm going to slice the steak. When you see this, you're going to say, oh my goodness, how do you get it that perfect? Reverse sear. Now, when I show you this, you're going to go crazy. Watch. Look how perfectly medium rare that steak is. Look at that. I'm going to put that onto my plate our little green, just to make it look pretty. There you have reversed sear steak, perfectly medium rare, horseradish sauce, and roasted potatoes. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Happy birthday 250th to Navy. Go out, get some food, have some fun, and feed your family. Remember, food is love and hope. Till next time, have fun.